Hello, Internet. Jerry here. Wanted to talk about some XRP price action, specifically what's going on in here. Um, I'm currently in a short right now for XRP, paper shorts, and they are underwater right now, -8, -4%. So I wanted to talk about this price action, why I think it's really interesting, and what I could have done better to get a better entry. So right now what you're seeing is the hourly structure. If I zoom out here, you can take a quick look at kind of the daily structure we got going on right here. So as you can see, we got an accumulation range right here. We had a breakout, very solid breakout. And eventually I am thinking we are going to come back and retest the structure before continuing on. We'll just have to see how long that will take. But if we zoom in on smaller structures, you can see the hourly structure that we have going on here. And what I find really interesting is specifically this area right here where we had another accumulation and we came back to test the structure before breaking out again. And I was expecting something along the lines of that, but I did want to short XRP. Okay. Excuse me. Still dealing with this cough. The last video we talked about how there was a nice little 702 retracement right here that was perfect. That we missed, but we were able to see that. Another 702 retracement right here. Let's actually extend it a little bit further than the 702, but I believe it's right here. If we take this swing high, this swing low right here, you can see we had another 702 retracement here. So we had some some solid down price action right here. Have not yet made it to the daily structure, but it makes sense that we are having a little bit of a retracement after taking out this low right here. So the question is, if we're going to get a retracement, where exactly would be the best place to get an entry? So going to the 15-minute structure right here, what I originally thought, if I turn on these volume ranges, what I originally thought is I thought that we would just simply get a probably take out this high right here. Here, I'm going to go down even smaller. So I originally thought we would just take out this structure here, and we would just probably retrace in to somewhere like right here. Okay, this is where I initially placed my bits because you had a nice hump of volume right there. So I had a point of interest right there. Some other minor points of interest I had right here were absolutely taken out. And finally, it looks like we ended up at this POC right here. You had a nice hump of volume not only right here, but you also have like significant volume in this area right here, POC right here. And so we tagged that right now. Now the question becomes, are we actually going to continue on forward, or is this actually going to be this beginning of a distribution event? Okay, because I have my stop losses up above here. So if we take out this line right here, then I am going to lose a lot of money. Thankfully, I'm trading on a paper account, but it's still good. I still take it seriously because it's practice, it's trading, right? Another thing that was interesting to me is if you take this fib right here from that high to this low, and you do a 702, you can see we did tag the 702 right there. Okay, so interesting stuff. I wonder if we hit the 768. Let's see. Let's just go to main. Yeah, we did hit the 786. Okay, so it makes sense why we're consolidating a little bit right there. Okay, so let's turn off some of this stuff again. Okay, so I was correct in that we would eventually take out this high, right? But I was incorrect about where we would actually flip, right? I did not realize that we would have this much of a run, right? And it looks like possibly we could even hit the 1618. So I'm curious if that is going to be the max move for this run before we actually return down lower, right? And the question becomes if we're actually going to visit I have a target down here if we're actually going to visit that area. So if I turn on the points of interest, this is ultimately the area I am looking to take profit and sell, right? So we'll have to see if we actually get that. XRP did make a very significant move here. So, but I am looking eventually to come down into this area, right, at some point. And then if we turn on the daily structures, like I said, I'm thinking we're getting a retest of this daily structure. So I think at best we get a retracement to here, but if we get a very deep retracement, we come down to one of these areas. But it all depends on what Bitcoin is doing. And Bitcoin right now is, let's see, Bitcoin, it's doing its own thing right here. I currently have a long in Bitcoin looking to take profit right there. So I think we will make it there. That is currently in profit at about 3%. Okay, but fingers crossed for XRP, because right now I'm underwater. So we'll have to see how high this actually goes. All right, so let's turn all this off again. Let's keep on the hourly structure, because what is interesting to me is this minute structure right here, right? So we had this move down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right here, okay? And then as you can see in this area, we had some accumulation going on right here. And if we want to label this, let's just do that really quick. We have our selling climax right there. You have an automatic rally right there, and then you have a structure test right there, okay? Yeah, I guess you could call this an STB, structure test B right there. No spring. We did get a sign of strength right here. And then we got to like a back to the edge of the creek right there, right? And then we had another sign of strength right here. I would say though that this was actually a failed rally. I don't know if I would classify this as a sign of strength. I think I would classify this as a sign of strength. And then here we get like a what would you call it? A false rally, right? And we end up coming back into back to the edge of the creek, as you can see right here. So that's what's interesting to me, because sometimes I've seen structures where when you get the sign of strength, then you get a breakout and you get a back to the edge of the creek. If you come back to the structure, a lot of times you would expect it to break down, right? And you even see that on Bitcoin. So if we go to, let's just go to a 4-hour time frame. See, if you look at this structure right here, I don't even know if we have the weekly structure. Yeah, see, if we have the weekly structure up right here, you can see we got our sign of strength right here, sign of strength right here, and then you have like a nice little rally up here. But see how we come back into the structure, see, and then we actually break down back in, right, before back testing this, right? And who knows what's going to happen here, if we're going to come down here or if we're actually going to be able to break out here. So what was so interesting to me is the fact that we did have like a fake rally right here, and then we come back to the edge of the creek right here, but that actually is the start of like a really big run. And I guess looking at volume could have been clues, could have had some clues, because the 1 minute video is very much green here, and it stayed green all throughout this period, right here, never in the red. And then also if we look on the 15-minute here, it is going up, continuously going up. You got a nice little rejection off the neutral zone on the 1 hour. 4 hour, you got rejected right here, but it is climbing up right here. So I do think this is ultimately a retracement, because the 4 hour is not green. But I could be absolutely wrong, because this is continuing to go higher and higher. And who knows? We very much might take out this high right here, which I would, that would be not very good at all. Okay, so then the question becomes, where is it actually going to retrace? You know, shorting these altcoins can be very, very dangerous, as I'm learning right now. But, okay, so coming back out here. So XRP offered multiple different entries. Okay, so you got 2 different back to the edge of the creeks. Okay, I would even say you could view this as another structure in of itself. Okay, so if you have this here, let's do this template tiny, and let's turn off the hourly structure. Okay, so you could almost view it like this. So there's your selling climax. You have an automatic rally right there. Make that tiny. Okay. So in the grand scheme of this, you could see this. Let's turn on the volume so we can see what's going on here. So you could view this as your selling climax. So, okay, I'm just going to go with it. Okay, this is how I see the structure. So you got your selling climax right here. Okay, you have your automatic rally right there. Okay, you have a little bit of a UT right there. Right here, you have your spring. Okay. And you have basically spring test, spring test. See, and then you have another upthrust, or this could be considered your sign of strength, sign of strength. But ultimately, see, I see this as like your sign of strength. What's interesting is when you get these breakouts, usually you will get a return back to the structure, you know, but we never got that. So maybe after the spring, the fact that we were unable to break down below could have indicated that this was actually about to blast off. And furthermore, the volume is absolutely bullish by far. And then maybe perhaps once we took out this right here, in the volume, that should have been the sign that, oh, hey, this is going to be a significant move here. And as you can see, it just keeps on going up. So I am definitely going to get stopped out on this move. Okay, but it is that's why I'm doing these videos, to learn and to keep track of what I'm doing. Now, I think one of the reasons why this absolutely just took off is because if we go to a 15-minute time frame here and then we turn on our hourly structure, we can see that this structure in here, let's do this. This structure in here was actually just a one big Buick back to the edge of the creek. Okay, so we had our back to the edge of the creek right here, but we also had another one right here. And the fact that we're sitting at the top of this structure should have already showed that this is very bullish, in tandem with volume significantly increasing. So I think that's why we just got an absolute breakout right there. 1 minute. Yeah, so I think that's why we ultimately ended up getting a huge breakout right here without any retests of this smaller structure, because we were already sitting on top of the structure right here. Okay, but anyways, let me delete some of this stuff. All right, well, we'll have to see where this ends up going. Let's see. If we analyze this entire area right here, we also have another area of interest that could be right here. So POI, yeah, it does look like I'm gonna get stopped out here. No, if we're just looking at this area right here, we have already broken way past that point of interest. Yeah, so this is gonna definitely go on a run. And if we do a swing high, swing low right here, this has a lot of room to go. It's like we got the 0.5 fib in this area right here. So we'll have to see how that goes. Yeah, put that back in. POI fixed range in the fixed ranges. All right. Well, I'm gonna write this up as a schematic, and yeah, peace out.